This video is about discovery. What it is, why it needs to be redacted, why if you are getting records from your attorney, they probably look like this here on the screen. My name is Veronica. I'm a criminal defense attorney here in Los Angeles, and I help people who have been arrested put their criminal cases behind them so that they can enjoy their lives and their freedom. So again, this video is going to be about what is discovery and why it looks like this if you're receiving it from your attorney in a criminal case. Okay, so discovery is all of the evidence basically that the prosecution has in the case. So I'm showing one example here of a police report. This is not, as you can see, this is from some random website. This is not one of my clients. It's that, but it's also any video that they might have, witness statements. Usually there's going to be more than one. If it's a significant felony, there's going to be more than one police report in the case. So that is what discovery is. And one question a lot of people have is, can I get discovery for my case? And the answer is yes, for the most part. There are some exceptions to that. So one exception is that you cannot get the address or telephone number of a victim or witness. Now, this is from Penal Code section 1054.2, but it actually, case law takes it a little bit further than this, and the safest thing for attorneys to do is also just redact their full name. If there's a social security number, driver's license number, anything like that in there, any personal information of theirs, the best practice is to just redact that. Now, you may think, this is a domestic violence case, for example. My wife is the alleged victim. Of course I know her name. Yeah, that's true, but this is still the rule regardless, and obviously you probably know her phone number and her address too, but we still have to black that out in here. Another exception is that for body-worn video in general, we cannot just give that to our defendants. The reason for that is that, for example, in gang cases, this is really big and it actually does somewhat make sense. The witnesses, victims, are very scared to give any kind of statement. So there are rules regarding us disclosing their, basically what they look like to the defendant. Now, if you end up at a preliminary hearing or at a trial, you'll probably figure out what they look like anyway, but that is one rule, excuse me, that we have for that particular reason. Now, will we tell our clients the name of the witnesses against them? In general, yes, unless there's a protective order. So that's another exception. Many times, especially in gang cases, the DA will actually file a request for a protective order, and the protective order prohibits us from disclosing sometimes any discovery, like even this police report here with everything all blacked out. But photos, any information basically at all about what is in the report. And it is important in those cases that we either negotiate with the prosecution about that or fight against the protective order, because obviously if you're being accused of a crime, especially a really serious crime, you need to see the evidence against you. There may be information you can provide that is actually really valuable because not always were you there, but many times you were there. And many times the police reports do not get it exactly right. Witnesses don't get it exactly right. And there could be something really important that you can help us figure out by reviewing the discovery. I hope that you found this helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call or book an appointment with me.